Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ian from MaddenSchool.com, and today we're going to go over a way to just absolutely torch cover 3 defenses with this most recent patch, which dropped as I'm filming this yesterday, early February, and they completely redid just the basics of how cover 3 logic works, as well as doing some things with cover 4, basically just making deep zone logic. I mean, the goal was a little bit better, but what actually happened is they made it kind of worse. I've been kind of labbing it for a day. We have a whole bunch of different ways to beat it, which I'm going to go over in this video. Just one of the ways, and then in our unlimited members only film room section, I'm just going to dump a bunch of different videos on how to beat the cover 3 and cover 4 defenses, because this latest patch kind of made a lot of what we went over in our ebooks and film rooms no longer work. A lot of the different concepts we use have been patched, but there's a bunch of things we're finding here. So go ahead and check that out if you are an unlimited member. But this play is found in the New Orleans Saints offensive playbook, the gun tight offset tight end formation. It's called slot outs. And what we're going to do to set this play up, put your Y or triangle receiver on a hitch route, and then your A or X tight end on a smart routed in route. And then I block the running back. And then this play does need a bunch of time to work, so I'm going to double team the outside most guy on the left. I'm also going to slide protect to the left, and I'm going to drift to the left here. What should happen is this X or square receiver should get absolutely wide open deep. I'll show that to you here. Just kind of drift out here to the left. Eventually the cornerback stops, turns around, does nothing, and the deep safety kind of gets sucked up, and I'm going to go over kind of why here. So the first part of this play working is we're on the right hash mark. You want to make sure you are running this to the wide side of the field. So if we were on the left hash mark, we would flip it and run it to the right side. But since we're on the right hash, we're going to run it to the left side. So one main part of this play working is this wire triangle receiver's hitch route. What that does is it holds the deep safe or the deep cornerback on the left side of the field way too shallow down. The next part of this play that works is the tight end that we're putting on a smart routed in route. And what he does is he holds that deep safety kind of in the middle of the field. Otherwise, the deep safety would kind of come and do a little bit better job of covering this X receiver. Now, the main reason this play works, and kind of one of the main recommendations I have for this latest patch, are these like weird fade routes that we used to use a couple Maddens ago to beat man-to-man press. They used to be like an unbumpable route. But now with this latest patch, these weird fade routes just absolutely destroy zones. So let me just kind of run this play here for a second, then I'm going to show you the difference between the fade route and kind of the stock hot routed fade route or the streak route. So again, we need to buy some time here. I'm going to block the running back to do so, but that's not going to change anything. If you want to leave the running back on his route, you can do that. It's a great route. We just buy time, then wait, and then eventually the cornerback stops. And if you have a little more throw power, like if you have a gunslinger or something like that with some like 95 plus throw power, you can really lay it out there. But if I go to the replay real quick here, you're going to see we're going to focus in on this outside cornerback. And he looks like he's playing his zone. He looks like he's playing his zone. He looks like he's playing his zone. But then all of a sudden, at some point, he stops. And he just kind of stands here. And this safety, because we have the fade route on the other side and this deep in route, it draws the safety way too far over to the right side of the field. And then you can see we have this whole area to throw to. Now this works both on next gen and current gen, so keep that in mind. I'm going to run one more time, kind of just having it work well, and then I'm going to go over what happens if we hot route this receiver on the left to like a streak or a normal fade. So you can see just absolutely wide open. And the key to this play working is this weird fade out. So if I did like a normal hot routed fade and tried to do the exact same setup, and the same thing is going to work with the normal streak, then he can kind of still maybe get open sometimes. But you see what happens is that the deep safety reacts a little better. It doesn't really play as far to the right or as shallow, which is why, because this guy kind of takes like a little stutter off the line of scrimmage, it takes a split second longer to get downfield. That basically gives the safety and the outside cornerback on the left the okay to play a little bit more shallow. And when they do that, as long as we get the protection, we can beat them deep. So again, this is how the play should look. We just roll out and wait and buy time. and then lead pass away from the safety and walk into the end zone. So like I said, we're going to have a bunch of new content in the film room section because this is the first really big patch that's actually changed gameplay in a while. So we're going to be uploading a bunch of stuff there. So if you're a member, go ahead and check it out. If you're not yet a member, we have a 14-day risk-free, no questions asked refund. So go ahead and sign up. If you don't like it, if it's not for you, then just send over an email saying you'd like your money back, and we'd be happy to do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's free video. Until next time, take care.